What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Reboot Camp. Reboot camps are usually made when there is request from the higher-ups for a boot camp of a hero that has been already made. In this video, we are going to talk about the assassin hero, Saber. Saber has a good set of area of effect, burst, dash, and crowd control skills. Our wandering sword, Saber, is an assassin hero. I consider Saber as one of the best burst assassins since his combo can erase you from existence. Not only that, his ultimate skill can make you reach heaven in no time, literally and figuratively. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Saber based on my experience. We will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this boot camp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Saber's passive, Enemy's Bane, weakens the enemy's hit. Every time Saber deals damage to an enemy, the enemy's physical defense is decreased. The physical defense decrease stacks up to 5 times and lasts for a few seconds. Saber's first skill, Flying Sword, lets Saber shoot flying swords. Using this skill will launch 5 flying swords which will fly around him. Each sword will deal physical damage to enemies hit. After circling around Saber for a few seconds, the swords will fly back to Saber. When Saber deals damage with basic attack or other skills aside from his first skill, he will shoot a flying sword to the target. This will deal physical damage to the main target and will deal a percentage of physical damage to other targets on the path of the sword. Each sword shot will reduce the cooldown of his second skill. This skill's damage is reduced when used against minions. Saber's second skill, Charge, lets Saber dash towards a specified direction. Enemies hit along the path of his dash will receive physical damage. After the dash, his next basic attack is enhanced. The target hit by his enhanced basic attack will receive extra physical damage, and will reduce the target's movement speed. Saber's ultimate skill, Triple Sweep, lets Saber bring the target to the sky. Using this skill will let Saber dash towards the target and knock the target up for a short while. While they are both airborne, Saber slashes the target 3 times. The first 2 blows will deal massive physical damage, while the third blow will deal more massive physical damage than the first 2 blows. There are so many items that you can buy for Saber. You can focus on items that grants physical damage, extra true damage, physical penetration, and items that grants movement speed. You can actually consider the Extreme Burst build, if you want to focus to surely kill a squishy target with your combo. You can also consider the Survival Series build, if you chose to be more of a sustaining assassin in team fights but still with decent burst damage. But let's talk about the Kurumi way further. As for starting item, you can consider buying Raptor Machete. This item is a jungling item, so when buying this I recommend that you have Retribution spell with you. Anyway, this item grants physical attack and physical penetration. Its unique attribute grants additional damage to monsters. Another unique passive of this item is Breakout. Every 10 seconds, your next basic attack will reduce the target's physical defense. It will also reduce the target's movement speed. Dealing basic attacks will reduce this unique passive's cooldown. Another unique passive of this item is Greed. This passive grants additional experience when jungling, although you gain less experience from lane minions on the first few minutes of the match. After killing jungle monsters, you recover some health and mana. Another unique passive of this skill is Gorge. This unique passive grants you physical attack every time you kill a jungle monster. This stacks up to 15 times. Lastly, this item makes the spell Retribution applicable to enemy heroes. Upon using Retribution, the target will have his movement speed reduced, and will deal a small amount of true damage within a few seconds. For your kicks, you can consider Magic Shoes. Magic Shoes grants additional movement speed and cooldown reduction. The cooldown reduction can help you cast more of your skills. Buying attack items, such as Endless Battle, can boost your damage effectively. This item gives you additional physical attack, health, mana regen, lifesteal, movement speed, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive grants you additional true damage on your next basic attack after using a skill. Triggering the passive of this skill also grants you additional movement speed. You also might want to consider Blade of Despair. This item grants additional physical attack and movement speed. Its unique passive will give you additional physical attack when the target's health is below a certain percentage. The movement speed bonus can also help you chase enemies or escape death. You can consider buying attack items, such as Blade of the Heptases. This grants physical attack, health points, and physical penetration. Its unique passive grants additional physical damage on your next basic attack to a single target when no damage is taken or dealt within a few seconds. Lastly, you might also want to consider Hunter Strike. This item grants physical attack and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive improves your movement speed when you have dealt damage to an enemy for 5 times in a row. The effects last for a few seconds and has a short cooldown. The item build for Saber really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's descriptions so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Saber is Retribution. This will deal true damage to the target minion or jungle monster. When you have a jungling item, having this spell will decrease the damage taken from jungle monsters permanently. This spell will help you farm more gold faster. Building items quickly in the early game will give you advantage against enemies, making it for you to prey easier on squishy targets like Marksman and Mage. You can also consider the Forbidden Jutsu, Execute. This deals a certain amount of true damage to the target. The damage also depends on the enemy's lost health points. This spell ignores the shield effect of the target. If the target has been slain using Execute, its cooldown will be reduced. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Assassin Emblem set. Custom Assassin Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a burst assassin. Set agility to its max level because it can give you additional movement speed. Higher movement speed means higher chance to chase enemies or escape death. Setting invasion to max level will provide you physical penetration. Higher physical penetration means higher damage on your basic attacks and skills. Get Killing Spree to restore health points and gain movement speed upon killing an enemy. This effect lasts for 5 seconds. With Saber's deadly combo, he can definitely kill enemies swiftly as possible. So this will definitely let him survive inside team fights further. But in case you are not that type, just consider Bounty Hunter or High and Dry instead. Set first skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the damage higher, including the extra damage from the swords. That means you can easily burst squishy enemies. Prioritize second skill less since your first skill is what you need for better damage dealing. Always upgrade his ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Saber's passive skill is what you need to soften the enemies before you cook and eat them. Each damage dealt by your skills and basic attacks will reduce the target's physical defense, which will help you kill the target faster. You can easily put stacks of your passive to your target with your first skill. Just let the target feel the swords tickle their funny bones to reach full stacks, then burst them out with your ultimate skill. Saber's first skill is what you need to launch drones around you. Using this skill will let you release flying swords outwards and will deal physical damage to enemies hit. When jungling and killing buff monsters, it's best to use your first skill at the center of the enemy's soul. This way, they will catch all the flying swords upon its initial release, which can help you kill that monster faster. You can also use this skill to harass enemies from afar because of its far range. Take note that the flying swords will deal extra damage when your basic attack or other skills deals damage to the target. So this is best to be used before using your ultimate skill. Lastly, the flying swords will be shot when dealing basic attacks on turrets, but it won't deal extra damage. Saber's second skill is what you need for mobility. The path of the dash deals damage to enemies passed by. It's just like those samurai you watch in animes, just slashes swiftly for then sheathes their katana after the final blow. You can use this to dash towards the squishy target you want to kill so bad. Or you can use the dash to escape death. The enhanced attack after the dash can slow down enemies that could help you chase after them easier. The enhanced basic attack bonus damage is also applied against turrets. It can also let you pass through walls for more efficient mobility. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you pass through thick walls like these. Saber's ultimate skill is what you need to send the enemies to the heavens. The burst damage from this skill is outstanding. One complete combo can definitely erase the target in no time. The dash from this skill towards the target helps you instantly chase down the target while dealing deadly burst damage. This is helpful especially when the target is trying to run away from you. The knock-up from this skill can also help you hold the target so you and your allies can attack it with ease during airborne. The dash also lets you pass through walls, which can be useful when going in sneaky as ever. Here we are again with our experiments. We have our cutie lab rats, Rakuten and Valerie, to demonstrate with us some heroes that could be easily countered by Saber's skills. First, let's test our ultimate skill against heroes that could escape crowd control effects. Let's try it against Diggy's ultimate skill. As you can see, Diggy refused to go to heaven, probably because he can go there by himself. Even if he wasn't knocked up, he still received the complete damage of Saber's ultimate skill. Same happened against Valier's ultimate skill. Same also happened against Wan's second skill. Also same happened against Mia's ultimate skill. And as expected, same happened against Hanabi's passive skill. And lastly, the Purify spell will also have the same effect against Saber's heaven-sending skill. Now let's have our usual extensive experiments against some heroes' skills. First, let's try if Helkurt's passive skill will stop us from knocking him up. As you can see, Saber got silenced, but he was still able to knock Helkurt up. Next, let's test our ultimate skill against Diggy's second skill. As you can see, Saber was pulled back to the center of Diggy's skill, but he was still able to deal the 3 slashes. Saber is really persistent, to be honest. Next, let's test if Valier's second skill can knock us back during our dash with our ultimate skill. As you can see, he was able to push us back, but we were still able to knock Valier up and deal the slashes. There are really persistent humans who still pursue someone even if you already said no to them. I hope they understand that no means no. Please don't be creepy. Next, let's test what will happen if we use our ultimate skill while Akai is spinning. As you can see, Saber was pushed back, but Akai was sent to the heavens and stopped his Spinaroonie. This looks like a great counter to stop Akai's Spinaroonie. Next, let's test what's gonna happen if Nana transformed us while performing our ultimate skill. As you can see, even if we turned into a cutie little creature, Nana was still knocked up and received the 3 slashes. Next, let's test if we can stop Fanny from flying with Saber's ultimate skill. As you can see, Fanny still continued on gliding. She was knocked up and received the 3 slashes, but at least she is now marked safe from Saber's creepiness. Next, let's test if Kufra's second skill can knock us up when we use our ultimate skill on him. As you can see, Kufra was knocked up and received the 3 slashes, but we were also knocked up airborne. So for Kufra, our ultimate is considered a blink skill. Next, let's try if we can use our ultimate skill inside Minsidhar's ultimate skill. As you can see, even if our ultimate skill was considered blinked by Kufra, Minsidhar did not consider our ultimate skill as a blink skill. Now, we did some testing if Saber is untargetable during his ultimate skill. First, let's test it against Franco's hook. As you can see, Franco was able to hook Saber even if it was during Saber's ultimate skill. But the target still received the 3 slashes even so. Now what if we use Franco's ultimate skill? As you can see, Saber was suppressed but his ultimate skill still pushed through. Same happened when we tested it against Kaja's ultimate skill. He was able to pull Saber but the target still received the 3 slashes. Last but not the least, we tested it on Wan's ultimate skill. We tried using Saber's ultimate skill during Wan's ultimate skill. As what we have observed so far, Wan was still shooting darts to Saber during his 3 slashes. So this just basically proves that Saber is targetable during his ultimate skill. But no matter how much you stop Saber, his ultimate skill will still push through. Just like how your crazy toxic ex wants to get back into your life to ruin it all over again. In terms of his combo, we just follow a really super duper easy combo for Saber. First, we use our first skill. Make sure you somehow hit the target with a flying sword so that some stacks of your passive will be applied. Then we use our second skill to dash near the target. Then, we use our Omega Burst ultimate skill. Each slash will shoot some flying swords that will deal extra damage, and the sword's shot will be reducing the cooldown of our second skill as well that we can use to escape later on. Then if the enemy is lucky enough to survive this devastating combo, use your basic attacks. You can also use Retribution to slow the target further if ever he or she is super lucky to be still alive. Additional tip, always save your second skill to escape crucial moments. On this scenario, I used my second skill to harass enemies instead. So after that, I just waited for my inevitable death because Saber's second skill is his only mobility skill. The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Saber. This video just guides you on how to use Saber the Kurumi way. We would like to thank our cutie lab rats, Rakuten and Valerie, for being our lab rats again for this boot camp. You can search for them in-game and tell them how much you appreciate them, willing to sacrifice their pride and honor to be a test subject. Watch their in-game streams and send some flowers and hearts. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Saber. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway post. We have our Ko-fi account just in case you want to donate us some Ko-fi funds. Check our Ko-fi link on the description of this video. Please only trust bootcamp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends bootcamp. Cheers.